What's up to my Scorpios? So you Scorpios have the Four of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Hanged Man, then you have the King of Pentacles, the World, the Eight of Wands, King of Cups, Seven of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for you Scorpios, okay, no major arcana that represents Scorpio yet for the reading. You never know when we clarify. All right, but the Four of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hanged Man, taking a rest. This might as well be the Moon card. Taking a rest from, the people who are jealous of you, people who are envious of you, the selective outrage, taking a rest from that. And like I said before, it might as well just be the Moon, because in essence, that's what it is that a lot of y'all are pretty much doing. You're taking a rest from the nonsense that people are just taking a rest from society in general, right? Staying more to yourselves. Scorpio is pretty much a solitary zodiac sign anyway, but you can socialize, right? You do like your friends. The Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman, yeah, because you're essentially taking your power back, right? Scorpio is all about power, and that's what it is that a lot of you are doing. You're taking your power back. You're not going to interact with a zodiac, you're not going to interact with anybody that scapegoats you. The Hanged Man represents scapegoating. Somebody who looks at you, Scorpios, looks at you like bad people, just paints this narrative about how a lot of you individually, as well as the Scorpio name, is bad. A lot of times, people like to terrorize Scorpio, disrespect Scorpio. I happen to like Scorpio. Like I said before, it's a zodiac sign that I've historically gotten along with. I really can't. I mean, have I met some Scorpios that judge me and wild out? Yes, of course. But I've been surrounded by Scorpios my whole life, and like Cancer, I ain't gonna say Cancer crab, but Pisces my whole life. Cancer crabs, met them a lot. And I mean, me being a Virgo and I have Pisces as my ascendant, one of the things that you have to learn as an earth sign is how to interact with a water sign. But the point that I'm trying to make here is a lot of the stuff that people try to portray about Scorpios, a lot of that stuff is not necessarily really true. Now, can it be? Of course. It could be with anybody. Of course it can. But it really just depends on who the person actually is and where they're taking the Scorpio energy. Scorpio is a zodiac sign of jealousy, as where Cancer is a zodiac sign of envy. There is a difference. Jealousy is wanting to be in the spotlight along with the person, as well as leech off of them, right? But the person is going to be okay. Envy is when you want to replace the person. And however they got to go is however they got to go. However they got to go. So the thing about you Scorpios is that a lot of times people give y'all a bad rep for that, right? They act like they don't really see the thing about it is that people who usually because whenever it is that I interact with a Scorpio, whenever a Scorpio starts spazzing out and starts wilding out and starts being paranoid and stuff like this, I laugh at them. And and the Scorpios get pretty angry. They're like, "Why are you laughing at me?" Because I know in my heart of hearts I'm telling the truth, and I'm not up to anything. I'm not up to playing games. So a lot of times it ends up getting a lot of the Scorpios mad. I don't care. I'm sorry. I be laughing at y'all when y'all start being suspicious of me, because to me it's funny, the idea that it's like, for me to observe that a lot of you Scorpios can't even believe in your own selves sometimes. And the thing about it is that the King of Pentacles and the World represents you want to be able to actually drown out all the noise. That's the reason why you're making everything. That's why you're making yourself so scarce. In other words, you want to be able to, decide the type of people that you want to go after and the people that you want to be. You don't want other people's influences based upon peer pressure. because that's part of the reason why there's a lot of people end up with people that are not very good as far as a relationship is concerned, and not very good for evolution's sake. And the reason why it is I'm saying that in the first place is because of things like like I said, peer pressure. You know how it is that a group of people will look at somebody and they'll be like, oh no, that's a dub, that's not very good for you. And the person who's actually dating them will be like, yeah, because they're so preoccupied with what other people think. And vice versa, over on my side, if you catch my drift, the mentality is, well, does the person does the person look good? If the person looks great and they fine, they got a banging body and all that, then that's pretty much what matters and stuff like this. And it's like, yeah, but a lot of times one of the things that we're not talking about, Scorpio, is a lot of people don't talk about, okay, well, let's talk about the value of the person who got that banging body. You understand what I'm saying? Do they look good? Their long, nice hair, whatever color their hair is, does it look good? Whatever curl pattern it is, right? Does it look good? Does it fit them? Is it nice? Okay, cool. Let's see now. Let's talk about who they are personally. Are these people kind? Do they have patience? Do they have understanding? Are they just going to wild out on you? And a lot of times people are controlled by peer pressure. And the King of Pentacles and the world represents you, Scorpios, now understanding that you have to be the one to pick and choose the people that are right for you because it's right for you. Very good. Because a lot of times people, I'll say this, a lot of people will squander your opportunities based on them trying to peer pressure you. And these are people who are essentially rubbing it in a little bit too much, like, oh yeah, I wouldn't personally go out with such and such, but if you want to, go on ahead. And it's like, and that's the conundrum. That's the puzzle pieces that we have to learn to kind of differentiate or make a distinction from. Is it that someone is actually trying to steer us correctly when they see something that we don't, because maybe our perception is skewed in a moment? Or is it that this person is just being jealous, and regardless of whatever they look like, financial standing, and this person is saying, oh wow, this person is saying stuff like this because it's meant to throw us off. And a lot of times what will happen is that a lot of people end up looking at that and they'll be like, they'll have trouble making a decision which way it goes. And sometimes that can end up backfiring. So the thing about it is that the Eight of Wands and the King of Cups represents. So one of the ways in which you can understand if a person is good for you or not is just first and foremost, how willing are they to be in a relationship? How do they want to be in a relationship with you? That's really it. Do they want to be in a relationship with you? If they're not willing to be in a relationship with you, then you'll know it. And the reason why I say that you'll know it is because they will make being in a relationship with them difficult. They'll talk about how you need to step your game up and how you need to do better and do this and do that and all this other type of stuff, when in actuality, these are people who don't really put in any kind of effort themselves into a relationship. So that's one of the ways in which you Scorpios can know if a person is truly interested in you. Is this person another way in which you can tell, and it's not just you and someone else seeing something that you don't, and you can be more safe when it comes to your investment when you're getting to know other people, is if this person actually gives you anything. They tell you that they like you and that they show you that they like you, right? Like I said, it goes right back to the effort thing. What are they doing? What kind of value are they bringing? Are they inspiring you? Are they inspiring you to do better? to evolve. Because a lot of times too, we got to talk about that. A relationship, people can mistake a relationship for just kick your feet up and just sit back, Netflix and chill. And what you don't understand about that is that a relationship should be challenging. That's the whole point. A relationship is about two flawed individuals getting together and them challenging each other to step each other's game up, and as they grow together. So if the idea for some people is to just get to know somebody, sit back and chill and put their feet up and go on vacation, that's not a real relationship. And then people wonder why it is that those types of relationships don't last too long, because that's a vacation from singlehood. That's not an actual relationship. If you want a real relationship, being the person being in your life is a challenger to you. They want you to become better. There's more responsibilities now. You're never going to run away from it. There's more responsibilities because now this person, okay, is looking to you to give them love and to understand them. It's a challenge to your own personal ego, vice versa with you. It's a challenge to you, Scorpios, for your own personal ego. Can you get out of your overly selfish ways for some of the things that you may not even necessarily knew that you had? And we all have that issue, right? So the thing is that the Seven of Swords now represents, but if a person is coming to you, right, they're supposed to be with you, and the only thing that they give you is stress and issues, then that's how it is that you know that it's not necessarily the best idea for you to continue to rock with this person or people in general and that do this to you. Because you'll know someone is this because of, you know, someone isn't good for you based upon them wanting to take off of the table instead of adding to it, because a relationship is give and take. I give a lot of knowledge to, talking about me personally, I give a lot of knowledge to my partners. I can help make them smarter, literally. I know of a way to do it, okay? Naturally, without, the real NZT pill, no nonsense, no any of that, clinically proven, no side effects, and it's right, and it's right there in front of your face. It's just that I'm getting smarter because of it. But for messing around with me, my partners will, I'm talking about generally, my partner will become physically stronger, smarter, more equipped to deal with stress, age, slower, all types of stuff, right? Among other benefits. But a lot of times, if they're looking towards me to just give them cash and all this other type of stuff, or just cash and cash and cash and cash, and they're not gonna on the intimacy. They're gonna keep away with that. They're gonna give me pushback with everything. They're ambiguous. They're flighty with their affection. 1 minute they're into me, the next minute they're not. I understand that you can get angry at me, or you don't feel like it, but that should be the temporary. The steadfast and immovable is you like me, you love me, you care about me, right? It's the same thing with you. If you got to pay attention to how the person moves. The Six of Wands and the Three of Swords now represent. So what does this mean? This means that a lot of you Scorpios are moving forward for this type of relationship, because you're not going to allow the bad relationships ruin it for the potential good ones that you'll actually experience. So a lot of you Scorpios are not allowing the nonsensical ones with people who want to play stupid games to affect your perspective on continuing to date. You're still going to continue to date. Oh, most definitely. Right? So let's clarify this Six of Wands. So to clarify the Six of Wands, we have the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Again, Eight of Wands, the Ten of Swords. To some people, you may look like, to people who are playing games, you Scorpios will look like the traitor whenever it is that you know what you want and you're not going to apologize for it. And when you find out that somebody is playing games, or you know, they're unworthy of your time based upon them wanting too much but not willing to give back more than what they want, you Scorpios are going to be honest with yourselves, potentially even tell this person. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you just ghost them. But sometimes you will tell them what it is, and you'll leave. And you may tell them that you want to leave. And some people are not going to like it. That's why they start calling you a traitor and all this stuff. The Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords now represent. So as a result, you Scorpios, if you tell these people, if you're in any kind of relationships right now, for the future preference, if you speak to individuals and you're like, hey, what's going on? And you find out more about them and then you realize that you want to leave. The Seven of Swords, right? The Two of Swords, most definitely you're going to have some disagreements. They're going to disagree with you leaving, but they're not stepping their game up to actually be in this relationship and have this relationship be a good thing. So why are they tripping about this? Now let's clarify the Three of Swords. Ugh. So to clarify the Three of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords, Knight of Wands, the Empress, the Knight of Cups. So, all right. So the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Wands is about, like I said, when you honest with yourself and honest with them and you tell them that this isn't going to work out. If any of you Scorpios tell them that, like I said, you're going to have some problems on your hands. They're going to disagree with this. They're not going to want to hear what it is that you have to say. They're not going to want to change. They're not going to want to change at all. So if any of you Scorpios is thinking that these people want to change, they want to get better, no, they don't. No, they don't. Not at all. And the thing about it is that the Empress and the Knight of Cups now represents. So what do? You just have to leave. So if any of you Scorpios tell them that they aren't doing a very good job, some of you Scorpios may just be doing that just to kind of give these people another chance while you're still there, so that they can potentially step their game up. But you know, these people will just tell you things like, I should say, to be more accurate with this, tell them this when you want to continue to try with them, but see what it is that they do. And if they just tell you a bunch of feel-good nonsense like, I love you and I like you and stuff, but they don't actually change, they're still being somewhat disrespectful to you sometimes, where you see them playing a role, then yeah, you gotta bounce. Because sometimes people will say that they love you, all types of stuff, just to get you to stay because of how dysfunctional they are. But that's pretty much it for now. So far, so good. You Scorpios just pretty much have to keep talking to other people. Like I said, the warmer weather is coming up soon, and see what's going on. Okay, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.